Good evening. Today I would like to tell something which is most important both for the students and the guardians. For the last 42 years of experience in this teaching profession as an English teacher, I have got something to say to the guardians regarding the selection of English teacher. In the past, just 10 to 12 years ago, the students whom I taught had a great inclination and interest for learning English, and they just wanted to know a lot of things about English language and literature, and I could have provided them with great interest and great enthusiasm. And most of the students, they, after learning English from me, they have reached the highest ladder of success. Now, if you compare the students of the past and the present, you will find a great difference. At the present time, the students' interest for learning English has come down to such an extent even they don't put their mind and attention for a long time to learn English. They don't find an interest in learning English because their base has been not so strong enough to follow up for the next education of English. Their base is so weak that even they now they don't understand the present English education whenever they go up to the higher classes. Particularly, it is found that why it happened. Now, it is observed that the students are being taught by unqualified, inefficient English teacher who have no any degree on language and English literature. They are just teaching the student without any knowledge, perfect knowledge on literature and language. So they cannot deliver something special to the students. As a result, the students' attention, their encouragement for learning English has decreased, and if it continues, then there will be a great danger and difficulty for the students whenever after completion of their education they would seek some job for themselves, and they would have to face a lot of troubles because of the inadequate knowledge in English. The fact lies in the present education system that the guardians, while they put and select the English teacher, they never think about whether the teacher they are going to select having any background of English language and literature, whether they have any literary degree on on the subject they are going to be subject there for which they are going to select a teacher. It is found that most of the English teacher now don't have any literary certificate. They just used to manage. They just are used to manage uh, just to score some marks in English subject, but they cannot give a proper knowledge because of the fact that they themselves do not have the knowledge about it, because they did not study these sort of things in their uh, higher education. That means they just have the different stream so that they cannot satisfy the students, even they cannot retain the interest of the students for English language literature. So it's very bad and very disastrous for the students, and the present students' knowledge and in English and their capability just has been has become from bad to worse, and they don't find any interest. And whenever the students coming from other teacher just to join to my class, I saw that their knowledge in English is so poor, their base is so poor, even they cannot just respond to what I ask them, what I am teaching them, and they feel always just uneasiness whenever I discuss some topic in details. They don't cope up with me because of their inefficiency in English language and literature, which they been have not been taught at all. The difference between the past and the present students regarding English subject is that the past students, they had a great mind and soul for English, for learning English language and literature. But so that they their base is so consolidated, even they just have done very well in the higher education and they got a good job, because nowadays without English nothing can be done, and nowhere he can get any chance for getting any job. So nowadays the students' quality in regard to English language and literature is has been coming down day by day, and it's a very dangerous and disastrous thing for the present generation, who just will have to face a lot of troubles, struggling getting good job or getting a good admission in a higher education in good institutions. So my advice to the guardians, while they want to select a English teacher, they must inquire after uh, the background of the teacher, whether they have got literary certificate in education, and I mean, they have whether done English honors or English, so that they should be entrusted to teaching, and otherwise they have to look after such a teacher who can deliver the whole things in respect of English language and literature, who can uh, just strengthen the base of the students' students so that they gradually will have their base strong enough and consolidated enough, and in the higher education they will have no many problems to uh, learn English, and they will smoothly go on for the future education. But I just telling the guardians, don't spoil your children's career by putting your children to such a teacher who cannot give the proper education in English language and literature. Otherwise, you will one day have to repent for the mistake that you have done before. Thanks God.